Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. You guys don't know, but thanks to a backlog of episodes that I have for the next few weeks, I went on vacation and I actually ended up going to Hawaii for about 2 weeks or so, and I did absolutely nothing reef tank related, which was awesome. Just going there to chill. The only thing that was maybe even fish related was I ate some poke, and that was about it. But I left this tank unattended for 2 weeks, and let's go ahead and see how it's doing. So first of all, let's go over the tank itself, excluding kind of the equipment. So as you can kind of see just right off the bat, if I move a little bit, there is a healthy amount of algae all along the glass in the 2 weeks that I'm gone. And you know, guys, remember, some algae is normal. It is a reef tank. Your corals even photosynthesize kind of like plants. So a little algae is normal. I'm not worried about it, and neither should you. The snails, as you can see, like this guy right here, do a real good job at keeping that fairly clean. But of course, they're not spot perfect. So obviously there's some smudges here and there. And like I said, not really a big deal. Just gotta scrape it off with the magnet scraper real fast, and it's pretty much as good as new. Now, in the 2 weeks that I was gone, we do notice a couple small things here and there. First things first, the scollies back here actually got double inflated. Like, they're extra puffy in the last day or two that I've been back, which is crazy. I do have kind of an update on the little OG bounces that I cut before. They are still alive. You'll see the one right there, number 2 right in front. Since the cutting, they haven't gotten bigger. They kind of just stay the same shape. They're not dead, so I'll give them that. But it's okay. I mean, they take time to grow. I know a lot of OG bounces take time to grow, and I'm fine with that. So they'll just stay in the cage until they decide to do something, and hopefully at some point I can cut them again. As far as the rest of the tank goes, zoas and everything else stayed relatively the same. I did notice that the rainbow troll, I think it's called, right here, actually gained maybe 3 or 4 polyps in the few weeks that I was gone. As well as this acro right in front right here. You can see right there, it's sprouted a bunch of new little future heads, and as well as this grafted digi right here. You can see that it's pretty encrusted on that rock now, which it was not about 2 weeks ago. Other than that, most of the tank has been relatively the same. Nothing has really grown out a lot more. We do have a little bit more growth from SPS, such as this one right here. Right in the middle of the screen, which is kind of like a blue-greenish tenuous. You can see the little arms that it's grown out, which it's grown maybe a good, I don't know, 1/8 of an inch in the period that I've been gone. Another really nice one is going to be this little baby Walt Disney frag in the back right here. That one has gotten just a little smidge taller. And then lastly, we have the torches right here. The torch in the back, as you can see, I haven't adjusted the lighting or anything, but it's actually gotten golder in the time that I've been gone. And same thing with the Holy Grail torch right here. It's actually gotten a little bit more yellow as well, which is interesting. Now, you guys would kind of say, Andy, in the 2 weeks that you've gone, what could have possibly changed? And the biggest thing is that I was not here. My pets were not here. My wife was not here. Obviously, she was with me. And what that means is that the pH increased a lot. And by a lot, I mean almost to like an 8.5 range, as you can kind of see. It's done a really good job at hitting that higher pHs, since there aren't, any animals breathing any CO2. And kind of with that, I do see that little bit of growth. Now, is it to say that that's the only reason it grew? Probably not. But I definitely would say it's a pretty good contributing factor, because a lot of my coral, even though I kind of neglected the tank for 2 weeks because I haven't done anything, it's actually grown out pretty darn well. So let me go ahead and show you how we did that. So not in this current episode, but maybe in a future episode, because I would like to make sure that I've tested it for a while before I give it a full review. I did go ahead and add the Avast Marine Kalkwasser reactor, which you can see it doses straight into my filter sock area. That corner sock it drips into does not have a sock in it. It's more of like a mixing chamber. But it's done a really good job at elevating my pH pretty much above, like I would say 0.2 points for the last week or so before my vacation, and then during my vacation as well. Adding that as well as not being at home really drove up my CO2 to like that 8.3, 8.4, almost 8.5 range, which definitely could have increased growth. And it has been able to hold my alkalinity as well. Right now it's set just to my evaporation rate. It's slightly lower, so the ATO you see in the corner right there does turn on every so often, but obviously not very much. But this may be a really good way to supplement my my alkalinity and my calcium, and drive that pH up as well. And to boot, at a kind of affordable rate. The reactor itself is a little on the expensive side, but not by much compared to like a calcium reactor, so it does definitely have its benefits. Now, one of the other cool things, just before I do forget, that did happen is I do have these anemones right here that have been doing really well. I actually had 3 of them. I sold one just before the trip, and then when I came back, I have 1, 2, and then I have a 3rd at the bottom again. So I'm back at 3 again, which is super awesome. All the corals down here have done pretty well. This Cyphastria right here, it's kind of hard to see. I started to grow down the body of the statue. Same thing here with this little litho and the other statue. Though I do have a little, as you can see, purple coralline kind of growing all over it, which isn't bad. It kind of looks cool. But there has been a little bit of growth on that as well. It's almost fully covering the little neck area. But yeah, this was just kind of a fun episode. I am back from my vacation, so back to making more content. And I just kind of wanted to show you guys that you definitely can leave your tank for a long period of time. Everything I have is basically automated, from like the ATO to obviously, everything else. Everything is done by an app. And to me, as long as you can account for the evaporation in the tank, so the pumps don't run dry, you're pretty much golden for a good amount of time, especially if you have a really large container. But that is it for this week. I am going to go ahead and get this algae scraped up and the tank looking spick and span. But I'll see you on the next episode. Peace.